Right, so those of you that aren't familiar with the channel, I've got the Land Rover. I build the trailers up, I do things like that, but this is a scale that I've wanted to do for a lot of years. So this was going to get done about 2 years ago, but unfortunately my previous employer couldn't keep contracts, couldn't keep things going, couldn't organise work so I could get away, or more than likely I just upset them so they wouldn't give me the overtime. So the pot for that went down a bit as I got a few big bills, but we're back up and running. We're going to get back on it. So today is pretty much, this thing hasn't been run for 18 months. No big dramas. It was sucking air when I parked it up, so I know there's going to be fueling issues. That's a given with these trucks. Standard issue on these. I will be changing the fuel pipes and all those things as standard, because if you buy one of these and you don't do that, you're a mug, because it's just that big of a known problem. So yeah, I think today is going to be pretty much just having a look round it, and we're going to get a list together of the things that we need. Plans are, this is all getting rubbed down. I love the black. So instead of having it the matte black with the School of Infantry logo on, we're going to have gloss black. I'm going to tint all the windows, all tinted LED lights, things like that. Nosy horses. All black body. I know people are going to say, oh, it'll be hot, oh, you're going to die of heat and things. It's fridge body material going on this. It's like yay thick of insulation. Heat's a non-issue. It'll be shading there. Just want it black, mean, aggressive looking. Going to get some bigger wheels and tyres for it, which will change the gear ratio, get it tuned a bit, get a bit more power out of it. It's already got the later pump on it, so that's a good thing. So yeah, let's get this project started. Oh, storage. So as you can see, it's pretty neglected. This truck was School of Infantry, so it's only got about 4,000 miles on from new, or whenever they changed the speedo last, but with it being a site vehicle, there's no real reason to believe that it's done mega mileage, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because vehicles don't like being stood. The upside of this one is, though, that it is that kind of crude engineering where it's not huge kind of issues. So what we're going to do is, I don't know if you can see this on camera, we are overrun with spiders' webs. So before we go climbing in here, let's at least get enough where I can get in. So in this truck, this is straight out of the early 90s. As you can see, what it is, looking at this, it was full of air tools and things when my mate first bought it. It's also got this makeshift curtain rail in it, so it looks like between that and this makeshift bed being in the back, that on some training ground it's been the mechanic's vehicle for, you know, when some 18-19 year old destroys a Land Rover and they come knocking on the door saying, can you put me back on my wheels, kind of vehicle. So it looks like someone's pretty much just gone out on the training area and lived out the thing, because, you know, there's scratches and dings and stuff all over the inside, but the outside, apart from the faded paint from being stood, is in good order. So before it started with the sucking air issue, it did run like a treat, this one. My mate, he's got a few of these, or had a few of these, and this is his favourite one so far. It's his preferred one. He used to actually off-road this truck, and he used to give it some stick off-road too, battling the Unimogs and stuff. And it is capable even with these tyres on, just not with the body on. So that's the reason why when he said, do I want it, I did the trade, because I knew this was his good one. So it'd be absolutely mental if I didn't get it. I know it's been parked up a couple of years, but these things only go up in money. The military pretty much gives them away for what they are, so get on while you can before the prices go up, because every day these things are getting exported to Africa and things like that, because with the Cummins 6BT engine in it. They can use these as generator engines, whatever. They can repair these in the desert. That's the beauty of these. These are the TDI Land Rover of trucks. So, right, let's do a bit more tidying. Right, so there we go. Not perfect, but at least we've got the animal feed and all the cobwebs out now. So, ideally, we're going to give this a full scrub, soapy water and all the rest of it. But what I need to do now, unfortunately, I'm right up against this fence here. So I'm going to have to try and collar my mate wherever he is and see if he's got one of the tractors, see if we can air this up or what have you. Maybe if we can even just get the thing fired up, get it out, and we can get all the way around it, give it a bit of a tidy, bit of a jet wash if he's got his jet washer to hand. There's nothing I really need inside the cab at the minute. What I am going to do, I'm going to soundproof everything, I'm going to board it all out, but that's by the by. There's far bigger issues mechanically and getting this bed off, because what I'll do, let me just jump down and I'll show you. Oh, this is a long way down. What I'm going to do, you can see the chassis here, it's attached in multiple places, and what it's got in different points, there's like little flex places. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get another body, and the chassis is going to sit on this body, and then there'll be big like bolts with springs either side so that body can flex. Because this is an off-road truck, this does flex a lot. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. So at some point very soon, all this bed and everything's gonna have to come off, ready for the new one. Look at that for a diff. Right, so I don't know what happened to yesterday's 28 degrees heat, but it is cold now. It's really windy, and it's drizzles coming in sideways, so please bear with if the audio's not so great. What I'm doing, I'm just going to go get a couple of batteries for the lorry now, take them over, put it in it. Hopefully that'll do it. If there's not enough charge, we'll get the 6-wheel tipper lorry, whatnot, and we'll jump start it off that. So let's have a look. So after a year, Johnny's trying to remember which key actually goes in this truck. I have kept hold of the keys.
I want must be electric on it.
Is your length going to be long enough? Now how good is this as an idea? Do you have this extender so you can just pour in? I begrudge buying white diesel for stuff like this.
Smells funny. Smells fusty.
So the downside of this is I'm putting half a day's wages in this truck just to start it. This is the problem with big boys toys, isn't it? There's nothing cheap about these apart from buying the actual truck.
Oh, fuck, metal me bum.
So we can safely say that this deck's gone. Luckily, all this bed's coming off. Do you regret parking?
When you finish filming, I'll have a battery.
Do you regret parking it butt up to the fence? And then
No, because it's easier mowing round if it lasts 2 years.
So I'm just trying to get you out the wind. So this has got two chances because it was sucking air when it got parked up. So there's a good chance it's just going to turn over and turn over and turn over and turn over and not actually start. In which case we'll have to lift the cab up, sort the push fit on the fuel line out, and then retry it. But by then the batteries will be flat, so we'll have to jump it. Do what?
You first or second?
Let's do first.
Right, put it in reverse. Let's get that out, yeah.
How easy was that with the right tool? Right, so by the looks of it, we've got one good battery, one bad battery, which isn't enough to crank it, so we're going to have to bump start it. So now you can actually get to this side where the battery box is here. So what we'll do is probably get the big lorry over, so we can do it from that, or swap the battery from the telehandler, swap from that battery and replace that grey one. And then you've got two transfers. So on the shopping list, 2 more batteries. Yeah, that makes this look a bit small. I don't rate your onboard shower, mate.
Well, that's the one I'm not going to ignore it.
I've got some more in the van.
That's what I used to start doing, but I have to join them then.
Is it one that give it 10 minutes to charge up a bit and...
Yeah. The last service in 2012.
So his last service 8 years ago, and in that time it's done about what, 100 mile? Because you've been skirting back a couple of times and round it, and then you yeah, and then you flatbedded it. Because this is just your old off-road toy, isn't it?
Still got seats for back of it down there.
And I reckon when this gets campered out, if I get a cockatoo, Johnny's going to get a cockatoo, and what he's going to do is he's going to get a Unimog or something, because that's just Johnny. Right, so unfortunately the starter motor seized. We've had plenty of charge on it, we've had the dump truck on it, to the point where the dump truck's not actually pulling, it's not getting pulled any ampage off it. We've tried turning it, it's got worse and worse and worse. We've tried shorting it directly and it's just click, 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 click. So that's seized up now. So what we're going to do, we're going to try and get that off. We're going to try and recondition it, which I'm not holding my breath about. So I'll probably end up trying to buy another one off one of the groups. So yeah, that's where we're at, unfortunately. But the upside is I'd rather know that now and replace it now than get further down the line and, you know, just not have it. So I think the list is starter motor, fuel lines, and a full service front to back, oils in everything, filters in everything, then get it fired up from there. Because last thing I want to do is spend £1,000 on shiny headlights and roof racks and things like that, and something like this goes. So yeah, reliability over anything else, because last thing you want is you're not going to call the AA and it's not going to be an easy job getting this recovered. So yeah, that's where we're at. Right, so in here, just below the turbo, this is the starter motor. Looks like that's seized up, so what I'm going to do, get this off, see if I can get it reconditioned, but as well as get this reconditioned, I'm going to see if I can get myself another one, because every vehicle I've got, I've always got a spare starter, spare alternator, just in case, because it's one of them parts that if it fails, it kind of screws you over, and they're not mega expensive. So yeah, that's the next plan for that. So there we go, not the most successful of videos. A little bit disappointed I couldn't get the thing fired up, but left the thing stood over a year. I'm not surprised that there's something that's seized up or that kind of thing. I thought it would fire up, but I thought I'd have some sort of issue with maybe a clutch or something like that, or maybe the brakes sticking. But is what it is. Had a quick look on eBay. Looks like I can get another starter for about 100 quid. Then I'll send that one off for reconditioning. If not, I just need to check as well, because everybody's putting these Cummins engines in like the Land Rovers and in the tractors and things. They're all 12 volts, so they're pulling the 24 volt starters off and putting the 12 ones on. So there should be a glut on the Facebook groups of people getting rid of the 24 volt starters. So with any luck, I can drop on one quite cheap. Is what it is though. So yeah, that's where we're at for it. I've ordered the paint for it, gonna go gloss black. I've ordered a gallon of that, so that'll do the cab and a lot of the accessories and bits and pieces. Then just waiting for a place that's going to get the big thick insulated sheets, and then we're going to look at putting a box together, getting it on that one, and then I can start fitting it out. Like I say, jobs are going to get the thing serviced up and actually starting, stopping, running, everything like that, more reliable first before we go into the full camper build. But that's where we're at. It's the beginning of the series. It gives you an idea of what I've got planned. So if you want to subscribe, you'll get to see the videos as they come up. And as always, if you can give us a like and comment down below, that's always very much appreciated. So stay safe. See you on the next one.